Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. So for today's episode, I want to dive into a question about the Miami Heat's rotation off of the bench. So I want to focus on who I think is going to have a bigger role for the Miami Heat next season. Is it going to be Jaime Jaquez Jr. or Pelle Larsson? So both guys are wings, both have potential, but after a disappointing sophomore season from Jaime Jaquez Jr. and a promising summer league showing from Pelle Larsson, who's going to be going into his second season with the Miami Heat, things might not be as straightforward as you'd think. So for this episode, I want to break that down. Who's got the edge? Who fits better in Spo's system? Who is Spo going to trust more often and early on? And what role can we expect each of them to play this upcoming season? So Jaime Jaquez Jr. had a great rookie, all rookie NBA team, and he looked amazing. Like he had a polished post-up game, he had poise, he had toughness. He looked like a prototypical Miami Heat culture guy, and he looked like he was going to be someone that was going to continue to grow and improve. But last year, the sophomore slump hit Jaime extremely hard. He struggled to find rhythm. His minutes dropped. I think that's a big piece. Like as a rookie, he played 28 minutes per game. And his second season, that dropped to 20 minutes per game. And the biggest issue, though, I think, was his shot wasn't falling and his field goal percentage dipped. His 3-point percentage dipped. His defensive impact dipped as well. He just looked out of sync and out of sorts. And there was a crowded rotation. And it just seemed like the Miami Heat didn't trust him for meaningful minutes. And I think it was a combination of role was diminished, confidence was diminished, and he had injuries, I guess. Like tough, like a lot of players have dealt with injuries. Like he had a groin and like an ankle thing, I believe, that were reoccurring. And I understand, like if you're not fully healthy, then it's hard to play with your full potential. And that's the issue, I think. Like there was regression because of those different reasons, but something wasn't right last year. And to be fair, Jaime still possibly has upside. He's going into his third year. He was an older rookie, so he's already 24 years old. So is Pelle Larsson. Like they're both the same age. Pelle's only been in the league for one season. Last year was his rookie year. But with Jaime, he's still a strong cutter. He can create a bit in the mid post. He's physical on the boards. But the question is, does Miami still view him as part of the future core, or is he falling behind? So enter Pelle Larsson. So the rookie from Arizona, he was a second round pick and didn't get a big opportunity last season. Played like 14 minutes per game, only averaged like 5 points per game, shot 33% from three, didn't make a big impact, didn't get to play a ton of games. Honestly, let's see. How many games did Pelle play last season? Pelle played in 55 games and Jaime played in 66. So didn't have as much opportunity, obviously played less minutes than Jaime. But what was great about Pelle this offseason is in the summer league, he was the guy. Like Larsson was featured as the main guy, our second year player on offense. Like he ran the show. He played with pace. He got to the free throw line. He showed real growth in shot creation, pick and roll reads. Spo and staff clearly wanted to showcase him like they did with Max Strus and other players in the past. And that usually means that the organization is thinking about involving him in a real role next season and being a part of that rotation. So Pelle looked more confident. He looked stronger. Defensively, he was active and versatile. His shot is still a work in progress, but it's better than Jaime's. He still looks like that prototypical Miami Heat wing culture type guy, a glue guy who is ready for a bench role and is looking for a larger opportunity. And I think he will get more minutes this upcoming season. So the question is, who's going to be ahead in the rotation to start the season? So right now, I think signs point more towards Pelle Larsson getting the early nod again because he's playing in the summer league. He's being showcased. He is a little more versatile, I think, than Jaime offensively. Like he's not vastly better when it comes to shooting, but I think he has a better touch and I think he has a better handle right now. Jaime's more of that kind of post up guy. He has Jaime has better footwork than Pella. I'll give him that. But again, Pelle Larsson had a strong summer in Las Vegas. He showed he can handle a bigger load. He does fit Erik Spoelstra's system as a smart connector. So ball movement, off ball, weak side cuts, strong side cuts, defense, low mistake kind of guy. So I think those are benefits and attributes that the Miami Heat are looking for. And frankly, Jaquez is coming off that down year and he probably has to earn his spot back. He needs to earn some trust. At the end of the year, when the Miami Heat were basically down 8 games or whatever it was below 500 and falling in the standings, Jaime started to play a little more. He looked a little healthier and he looked a lot better, I think, towards the last few weeks. So that can help. But Miami, we lost some rotational players like Duncan Robinson is gone and a few other players, like obviously Jimmy Butler is gone, has been gone, but there is an opportunity for someone to step up. And Larson looks like he's peaking at the right time. And let's be real and honest, like Spo doesn't really care about your draft position, your contract, your status. Like if you're playing better, you're gonna get minutes. Look at Max Struess, look at Gabe Vincent, look at Caleb Martin. Like once those guys started improving and making a case of why they needed to play, he played those types of guys. And so Larson at least looks like he's trending up in that rotation. And in terms of like pros and cons, like if we start off with Jaime does have some pros. He has a great feel for the game. He can create offense in the mid posts. Again, he's not going to be that 3 level scorer, but he has a good mid post game and he can score from off ball movement, off backdoor cuts. He's a physical defender. He tries hard, decent rebounder for his size at 6'6". His cons, inconsistent 3-point shooting. He missed so many wide open shots in that corner. Teams were daring him to shoot, and he shot like only 31%. So that was an issue. The other piece is he does lack elite athleticism. Like he is pretty limited and slow. So that's an issue. And then last year, he struggled with confidence and consistency last season. So I don't know if it was just the injury piece. Let's see if he can actually regain that confidence that he had as a rookie. And if he does find that groove again, he could still be a reliable rotational piece, but the leash might be shorter this year if he comes out the gate cold like he did last season. And players like Pella, maybe even Kasparis Yakachunas, who's not a wing player, but he's same size as Jaime, basically a 6'5", 6'6" guard. Maybe he'll get some minutes. Maybe Haywood will get those minutes as well off the bench, or even a Fontecchio. So we'll see. When it comes to Pella, his pros is that seems like a high IQ player. Seems like he's unselfish. He was very selfish in the summer league, but he was showcased. They had no one else. Like he knows his role in like the regular season. Like obviously he wasn't a selfish player when he was playing. He's an improved shooter off the catch. So if he can improve his catch and shoot 3-point shots, his shooting was 33%, so not a lot better than Jaime's. If you can get that to 36%, that's going to be very respectable. The other piece, he's a solid on-ball defender and is a little more versatile, I think, than Jaime Jaquez because he is more athletic. His handle is a little better, so he can handle the ball and do more playmaking, I think, than Jaime Jaquez. His cons, he's still raw. He's only been in the NBA for 1 year, didn't get a ton of playing time. He's not really a natural scorer. He's more of a connector and glue guy and more of a two-way kind of player. And again, he needs to prove that he can shoot consistently over a full season, getting more minutes with more attempts. So we'll see. But what makes Larsson valuable to the Miami Heat is that he doesn't need the ball to make an impact. Like I said, in Summer League, he had the ball, had a ton of usage, but in the regular season, he can still fill in the gaps. He can defend, he can move the ball, he can rebound, he can hit that corner three at times, and he could be that eighth guy off the bench, perhaps. I think sixth man is probably going to be Davion, and then you got Nico and maybe Haywood, I guess. Like, so he would probably be the ninth, and then maybe Jaime is going to be 10th behind him, or is Fontecchio going to be ahead of him? Like, who knows? But That's the key, is who is going to make that like eighth or ninth rotational spot. And for me, Pelle Larsson looks like he's got the inside track right now. Again, he's fresh off that strong summer league. He plays the type of basketball that Erik Spoelstra likes, and he's training upwards. Jaime Jaquez, complete total shot to bounce back. He's not going to be out of the rotation. Like, I hope Terry Rozier gets 0 minutes basically, and at least Jaime and Pella both get opportunities. Even I want Fontecchio to get an opportunity. I want more 3-point shooting off the bench. So we'll see who can actually carve out a real role moving forward. But my gut says it's going to be Pella at least to start the season.